What if self-care could transform not just your body, but your entire being? Immerse yourself in the ultimate wellness retreat, the Melt and Sound Healing Immersion in Naples, Florida. Led by Melt creator Sue Hitzman and sound healer Lloyd Leary. This 5-day retreat combines Melt's revolutionary self-care techniques with the transformative power of sound healing. From rehydrating your fascia and relieving tension with Melt to aligning your energy through a sound, every moment is designed to rejuvenate your body and mind. You'll stay at the luxurious Hyatt House, Naples, just steps from Fifth Avenue, with exclusive tools and a Melt journal to guide your wellness journey. Don't miss this opportunity to rejuvenate and reconnect with yourself.
Thank you so much for being on the call. I get goosebumps watching that thing. I'm so excited about this event. We are so thrilled to have one of my dear friends and colleagues joining in. I'm going to spotlight two lovely people, Lloyd, and we're going to get Carrie on here as well. So excited to see you, Lloyd.
Listen, I'm besides myself, Sue. Listen, just a continuation of what we did last year. So I have so many new tricks to add to the flavor of the flow. Absolutely.
Yes, Lloyd and
Absolutely.
Lloyd came when we went to Red Mountain Resort. And again, this is Lloyd Leary. He is a fantastic sound healer, this incredible multiple didgeridoos that he has. And it was just an incredible opportunity to incorporate Melt with sound healing, and vibration and frequency is such a fascination for me. I have this new tool that I'm working with my friend as well that is a vibration tool, and so it's like I'm knee deep in it. And so this leading up to this event this past year has been just I don't know, like a little brainchild for Lloyd and I to try to create something completely unique. And for those of you who have not met me, I'm Sue Hitzman. I'm the founder of Melt, and I've been sharing Melt with people for over 25 years. And we have Carrie Bodendorf. She is well, you can introduce yourself. I don't need to do it for you. Hi.
Hi, I'm Carrie Bodendorf. I am the head of Melt Education. I also help to plan all of these wonderful events, and I am very privileged to be able to travel around the planet with this wonderful human being, Sue Hitzman, and lead these amazing retreats where we just see transformation happen. And it's quite magical. And to have Lloyd in with this one, I mean, we're going to change lives. I'm very excited.
Absolutely. And this call just is, again, just a little bit of an info call just about this general public Melt and Sound Healing Immersion. It is Naples, Florida, July 18th to the 22nd. I know that some of you guys are Melt instructors and you might have questions about the Melt instructor immersion, but I would go to the instructor call that we just had where we talked about it there. But if you're an instructor and you have questions about this immersion, you are all in on a different pricing structure because you are our instructor. So if you have those kind of questions, just watch our instructor call recording and you'll find out a little bit more about that. Or you can email info@meltmethod in general. So I'd just love to start this off. Lloyd, you have been doing sound healing for over a decade now. And in these last, I guess like 8 years of really shaping this and incorporating it into your manual therapy and hands-on practice, how have you seen your clients change incorporating Melt with your practice?
I don't even know where to start. Oh my God. So listen, it's funny. We're kids in the candy, we're kids in the sandbox, and we just continue to evolve. And if your mind is open, it's amazing when you're present, which you can see and realize. So I've had the opportunity, like I said, on the Anatomical Gangster when we spoke, I was talking about how I started with sound, and just to recap that, I've been working with sound for over 45 years. Oh my God, people know my age now.
From when you were in the military.
Yes, when I was in the military, I worked with radars and satellites. I was an electrical engineer. So I took that knowledge of understanding wave propagation, and it all came together when I started working on the human body. I mean, think about it. The largest receiving frequency organ on the body, we may think is the ears, but no, it's your skin.
And your fascial system, people.
That's
Actually, your
right,
skin
right,
is the
which makes up
largest
that, right.
sensory organ. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when you think about it, we're comprised of anywhere from 60 to 70% water. Whatever that number is, it's irrelevant. It's more than 50%. So literally, it's the largest receiving organ on the body. When you think about the fourth stage of water, which has to do with surface tension, so the whole body's receiving sound at the same time. So whatever frequency is exposed to the skin will vibrate through the entire vessel and go through it in the form of scalar waves. So what happens with scalar waves? As scalar waves encompass the cell, it creates an electrical grid which actually charges the mitochondria. So we're talking about being plugged in the socket without the side effects of being electrocuted. Hmm.
It's so
So
powerful.
literally, I had people that weren't moving, and from playing sounds from the gong and from the didgeridoo, all of a sudden they had energy.
Mm.
I was like, interesting. Not only did they get the feeling of being charged, but they experienced deep relaxation. So what happens is the sub 150 hertz that are being able to be duplicated by the didgeridoo and also the drone of the gong actually stimulate your parasympathetic function, which you know, Sue, is all part of the most powerful healing aspect of your body. In other words, it strengthens your immune response. Because if you're in fight or flight, there's no healing going on. Doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're not relaxed, you're running away from dinosaurs and walking on razor blades. So this is the ultimate combination of modalities. While you instruct them on how to take care of their bodies and elongate their bodies, you're being bathed in those melodic, loving frequencies.
That's right. That's right. And so fascia, for those of you, I know that many of you guys on the call right now, as we send this out as a recording to all the people that registered for this, fascia is a neuroelectrochemical superconductor and semiconductor. It's doing both. It has a relationship with both. And as a semiconductor, for a lot of us, it's pour on frequency, it's pour on flow. And that is where melt really can help to rehydrate this tissue. When fluid perfusion isn't happening through the whole fascial matrix, it can really cause a massive cascade of dysfunction, neurological, chemical, psychological, emotional. And what I find profound is incorporating sound that is vibration through the body. And again, Lloyd has so many unique instruments. It really just amplifies everything that we can do. So, I mean, imagine taking the largest sensory organ of your body and stimulating it both from the inside and from the outside in, both ways. You can't really get any better than that. And we have
It's
so many
hard to
things
put it
to
in
share.
words.
It
It's hard
is.
to put it in words. It really is.
It is. It is. And we have so many things scheduled for this event. Carrie has a couple of unique sessions as well. So I'm just going to share a couple of slides because one thing, this was kind of amazing just in what we can do. I love this picture of you and I. So I'm going to start with that one because I love it. So this
Oh my gosh.
this was us last year when we were at Red Mountain, and this image behind is this beautiful resort that we found here in Naples, Florida. This is a huge pool and is right on the intercoastal. It's a walking distance from Fifth Avenue. It was actually destroyed in Ian, and they rebuilt it. So it is a brand new 3-year-old hotel. The rooms are gorgeous. The hotel is pristine. It's really pretty magical, and I think you guys are going to love it. So, these are always questions that I love this, the vibrations to guide you into deep relaxation, melting away stress and restoring balance. I just love this idea. And all of these things, feeling the synergy of movement and sound as a healing frequency and amplifying that, it really does amplify the melt benefits. When Lloyd and I were together in Red Mountain, it was kind of mind-blowing, some of the results that we got in the conversations. And we have piles of testimonials from it. I won't bore anybody everybody with that. You guys all know me, you know Lloyd now. But here's a couple of the ideas of what we're going to incorporate into the practice. This is one of our beaches. These beaches are flat out beautiful. It's white sand beaches, perfect sand, very flat beaches, and we're on the Gulf, so it's flat. It's just
Oh my God, that's amazing.
yeah, it's spectacular. So each morning we want to rejuvenate with melt, maybe a little meditation, just to wake up the body, easing some of the tension and doing a little bit of sound healing first thing in the morning. Then we've got some movement sessions with Carrie, a little bit of groove and dance so that we can actually get our bodies flowing. Afternoons, in parts of the afternoon, if it's a rainy afternoon, some days in the afternoons, we might actually make our afternoons kind of melt sessions where we're working on techniques, we're working on breaking down some moves and kind of just getting you into the practice, especially for people who are absolutely new with it. We'll bring you guys through the basics and just keep adding each day some of the fundamental techniques of melt. And then again, you've got time off. There's time to go explore. Fifth Avenue is absolutely incredible. And then in the evenings, this is where we're going to unwind with these very peaceful sound healing sessions, a little bit of melt and then sound healing. And some of the things that I had talked to Lloyd with was saying, hey, maybe we could do a sound healing in the pool.
Oh, I can't wait to talk about. Can I?
I'm gonna
Can
let
I?
you.
Can I say something?
Carrie, I'm gonna remove you for a minute. Go.
So this is what we intend to do. Sue, do we have access to floating devices?
We may. I think we have we can get some floats.
So this is what I've
Like
always.
noodles. We have noodles.
We can do that, or they could be on flotation devices. What I want to do is blindfold them, their hands and their feet are in the water, and the whole pool will be vibrating
Mm.
as they teleport. They will feel like they're in outer space. Oh, this is going to be absolutely phenomenal. Let me share something with you. Before I saw you, Sue, I was at one of the hot springs in Palm Spring. And I remember being at the resort, and what I did was, they have all these huge pools. I was sitting by the edge of the pool with the didgeridoo playing on the water. People were walking in the water like they were being anointed. It was crazy. The whole pool was vibrating.
Mhm.
And what a lot of people don't understand, as you vibrate the body of the water, it starts to propagate. So if you have 50, 100 people, they're all propagating that wave. So the pool becomes a whole vibrational body of water, and everyone is reaping the benefits
Yes.
while their
Yes.
brains are being anesthetized with comfort, relaxation. I'm telling you, it's the best meal they'll ever have.
Yes, indeed. I mean, it really is what makes this so. I mean, I can't even tell you. I just get
Yeah.
so excited just even thinking about, even doing a sound healing at the ocean, because the ocean itself, we know, has such a charge and a frequency, and the salt water in general is so healing, and the water is always warm in the Gulf, so it's really incredible. I mean, it's very healing just being there. And then to incorporate the gong and the didgeridoo. I also have a flute that I'll bring. So we have instruments to really transport your body into a healing state. And I think that's
So
what's so profound.
another thing is when I was in California performing, I played at a bunch of beaches. So what I intend to do is to line people facing the ocean and play my instruments from behind. That
Mhm.
creates the ultimate sandwich.
Right.
So the sight of the ocean spray, and then the sound of the gong and the didgeridoo from the back creates a sandwich. I call it the mesh. It is the ultimate squeeze. So literally, people will be sitting or standing or lying in the sand, and they will teleport. It's really, really, listen, there's really no words to explain it. You just have to be there. It's one thing to see it, it's another thing to feel it.
Indeed, indeed. I keep saying, don't think your way here. You've got to feel your way into these types of events. And, and another piece of this is because you have Carrie and I both there. Carrie is one of the best hands-on assists of Melt. She's been doing this with me for, I don't even want to say how many years now.
15.
How many?
15.
It
Little
just doesn't. Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
incredible, right? So you'll really have the guidance of Carrie and I while we're there, and we are going to have our entire team will be there. Everybody from our team is coming. Our marketing team is coming. People who work in our social media, people who work behind the scenes. So you're going, if you come, you will really meet the whole
Everyone's going to
collective.
reap, they're all
Yeah.
going to reap the benefits. And this time I get to dance with your teachers as well. Listen, I missed that
Yes.
last year, so I'm really excited about that.
Yes,
I'm really
we
excited
have
about
an
it.
event right after this one where we have one specifically for our melt instructors. Every level, we allow all of them, hand and foot, all the way to level 5, doesn't matter what level they are. We have a special event for them coming up right after this. So we'll be there for like 14 days. It's going to be kind of amazing. I really think it's, I mean, and again, you guys can ask questions, but let me give you a little bit of detail about just the features and the bonuses. Not only Carrie and I working, also I think a little bit of a mentorship with Carrie and I to really kind of create your own melt map, to be able to talk to us. And these aren't events with 100, 200 people. So there really is an intimacy about it. You are going to get your body next to, again, our melt community, and we're sticky. Once you're in it, you can't leave, right? So we are a massive collective of like-minded individuals. And I think that, bringing again somebody like Lloyd, who is also a melt instructor, Lloyd actually went through the instructor trainings in my earliest days where I was developing melt. So Lloyd's really seen the attrition from the basics to what it is.
Oh, yes, I've seen the evolutionary process. It's amazing. I feel like I was on a different cloud when I saw you in Utah. It's really amazing.
Yeah, it's very,
You're
very unique.
you're quite the surgeon, young lady.
Thank you. I
You're
appreciate it.
welcome.
Thank
You
you.
are. It's really amazing.
So this
And like I
event,
said,
oh,
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. Listen, like I said, I kind of I walked my own path, but your teachings, my all of my practices are engulfed in the melt method. So, I mean, it's amazing, Sue. I've been, since I left you, all in my body work, everything. I incorporated in everything with my mother, with my father, my family, everyone. I've melted people on Amtrak.
I love that. It's
Yes.
amazing. I
One of the
love that.
trains
And
moving.
and that's it. I mean, when you see the evolution of the method itself and where we've gone with our instructors, I mean, there's just thousands of instructors all around the world, and those who have started melt, they go on to do other things, but they always incorporate the methodology. It really is something that I find great benefit watching other people transform before my very eyes, and I think it's just amazing to see how much transformation you can get from a simple self-care practice, light touch, easy therapeutic intervention. For any of you guys who are new to melt, we use soft tools. We use soft rollers, soft therapy balls to rehydrate fascia. So everything is very easy to do. It's slow. And again, in this retreat, we will have time to break down techniques for those of you who are brand new to melt. You don't have to be a seasoned melter to come to this event. We will break it down for you. And again, I always take time in some of the afternoon slots where if you want to come in and get a little bit more breakdown, Carrie and I also do these small breakouts. So there's a lot of opportunity. And one thing that's also very unique about the way that I teach is I really cater to who shows up. So while we create an outline, we create sort of a plan, we can go off the plan if we need to do something else, if we need to review something, if people are asking questions and there's something very specific, we'll take the time. And I think that's also what's so beautiful about these events is it's really catered to the people who show up. So it's completely unique. There isn't a single event that I do that is the same. And this is the last big event that I'll do in the US until 2027. So this is a big opportunity to come and again to bring sound healing in, I think is a benefit. So we do have special pricing details. There's an early bird discount, and Carrie, it's a 500 off.
It is $500 off right now.
And we also are including Melt on Demand. There's a 30-day free trial, and we also include the Melt Method tools. So we will ship you ahead of the event rollers and therapy balls so that you can start melting before you get there. So if you register now, this event is in July, you'll have time to practice. And I teach a live class on Melt on Demand. Unless I'm traveling, every single week I'm on Melt on Demand. And same thing as if you're going through the techniques and you are asking questions, come to a live class and I'll cater the class right to the questions. So it's a big opportunity to really, again, kind of just get yourself into the method. Now, if you've never been to Naples, Florida, transportation, if you're flying, you go into Fort Myers. It's I would fly in. You could fly in that afternoon. We start in the evening on Friday, July 18th. It's about a 45-minute Uber ride. If you fly into Miami, that's about a 2 hour. Might take even 2.5 hours depending on traffic, but I could get over to Miami in less than 2 hours myself, but maybe I drive a little faster. But you could fly into Miami and come straight through Alligator Alley and get there as well. So you have opportunities on both sides. If you would like to arrive earlier or stay longer, if you reach out to us, we can probably work on cost to adding the additional nights to your stay. I would definitely reach out to our info at Malt Method. And our first session on the first night on the 18th will be at 5 p.m. That's Friday evening. We have an opening circle, and then we do a sound healing and rebalancing session. That's kind of the start to our event. And the last class ends at 9 a.m. on the 22nd, right? 22nd, on the 22nd. So you can fly in and out when the day starts, and when it ends, you'll have time to get to your flights. Now, some calls to action. I'm going to have Marco put some information into the chat, how you can register and secure the spot with that $500 discount. If you don't follow Melt Method, I would highly recommend that you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. We can also get them to post those as well. And we also have an insiders page on Facebook. If you are on Facebook, you can go to the Melt Insiders group and you can join there as well. And Lloyd had mentioned Anatomical Gangster. I am the host of the Anatomical Gangster podcast. You can find that on YouTube. At some point, I have to get all of these things back up on Spotify. I just do not have time to do it right now, but I put out another video every single week and talk to a great innovator. And yeah, so you can check out the conversation with Lloyd and I. I did one with him just a week ago. So let me tell you what else is included in this. It's 4 nights. There's premium accommodations. Dinner is on Friday night. Then daily, there's breakfast and lunch, Saturday to Monday, and even breakfast on Tuesday, the day that we leave. So you have breakfast and lunch that's included. And we didn't include the dinners because there are so many hotels right outside, and there's everything: Turkish, French, Chinese, Japanese. I mean, American cuisine like you've never had. There's so many great really unique restaurants down here. They're in the area down here is just stunning. It's kind of like a little hidden oasis. Again, we also have the daily Melt Method classes. We do small breakout groups if we need to break people up from, maybe there's some people who really want to work on a neuro strength move, but then there's some beginners. We just break you out into 2 groups so that we can cover what you need to cover. Again, the immersive sound healing, I would call it sonic healing with Lloyd, and then Groove with Carrie. And again, the self-care kit that you get, all of the tools, it's a soft roller, a hand and foot therapy ball, resistance band, and the 30-day subscription to Melt on Demand and the private Facebook page. I also include a printable Melt Method journal. Something that I find maybe difficult for people is sticking with self-care. Sometimes people are like, oh, I'll do it for a week, and then they kind of lose it. And teaching people how to incorporate a journal, actually doing things where you're thinking in the morning, how do I feel today? And then treating your body and then seeing how you feel later. And did things change? What changed the next day? What changed in the hour? What changed in your mindset? What changed in your body? So the journal, I think, is a nice addition that you can bring with you, take notes. There's all the tutorials in there. There's a lot of information about Melt as well. So it's nice just to have it as a written word. So, did I miss anything, Carrie?
No, but I just wanted to say to the group that Sue is so accessible. And
Yeah.
if you've ever been to an event with Sue, she'll sit with you at breakfast or lunch or dinner and talk to you about your own self-treatment plan. You have a question for Sue, you can go right up to her and have a conversation. I've really never seen someone of her caliber be so readily accessible and open and just willing to help. She really does want to help you feel better in your body. So,
Of course. And also a lot of times during the breakfast, lunch, and dinners, people will want to sit down next to me and they'll be like, I want you to help me create a melt map. And I'll say, tell me like the biggest things that you have. And just in them talking, I'm taking in all sorts of things besides their words. And I will write down a melt map. I'll tell these are the sequences I would go find on Melt on Demand. Specific to you, this is where I would start. And then this is how I would flip it. And I'll spend 10 minutes doing it with one person, then somebody else comes over and it's the same thing. And she's right. I mean, you have me for that from the 18th to the 22nd, and I am completely available. Lloyd, you also said that you're doing private sessions as well.
I will be doing private manual therapy sessions as well as private sound journeys. If people want to partner with someone, have a special group, I will also be offering that as well. So listen, this is going to be something that y'all co-create. This is going to be magical.
mhm.
Yes, indeed. And I love that word. People who attend it is, you're co-creating it. We're not creating it for you. We, a group, the people who attend, it will be for you. And something that I can definitely say for those of you who might already be Melt on Demand participants, you're taking classes with me online. You come to the live sessions and it will amplify everything that you're doing, all of the bad habits that you don't even know that you have, all of the things that you're so close to getting right, but you can't quite figure out that melt move. It is transformative to get the creator of the method's hands on you. It really is nothing better than that. That is it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amen.
So I want to open
Wow.
this to you guys. Do you have any questions? Anything you want to know? I see Kara asked a question to confirm we should bring the self-care kit with us, including the soft roller, fits nicely on a carry-on suitcase. We should receive the kit within 30 days prior. Yes. Okay. So Kara, you get all these products. The roller, I carry it. I do it as a carry-on. So I have like my backpack. I have, if I check a bag and then I have this carry on and I just have a roller. The roller is 36 inches. So that doesn't fit in a carry on bag. Now you could, if you wanted to, you could get two performance rollers. And if anyone is traveling from some great distance or is struggling to get that roller, I would even say if you let us know ahead of time, I do have rollers here that I could let you borrow, and that would be fine too. Yeah, anything to make it easier for people. I just can't do that for everybody because I don't have that many rollers.
Right. So Sue doesn't have 60
I don't have 60 rollers,
hanging
but I
out
have
in
like
her
maybe
house.
5 to 10. So if somebody needs one, they're saying, hey, this is just like, I just can't get everything. If you let me know ahead of time, we can help you with that too.
Yeah. You can email info@meltmethod.com and we'll put that in the chat for you.
Yeah, and the hand and foot therapy kit is this big. The hand and foot therapy kit can come with you. If you want to pick up your products, I see somebody said, can we pick up the kit at the event? The hand and foot kit, I think you would want ahead of time. You should practice at least the hand and foot therapy, but we can talk in the back end because it's a US event. It's not so hard to get rollers here. We even had somebody who's coming to the instructor event and they had some of their products shipped to me. So I have it in my garage right now waiting for her. I'm happy to do those things. Questions? Anybody have anything you want to ask us?
Someone wants to know if you're ever going to come to Australia.
Yes, I am someday going to come to Australia. Oh yeah. I am working on that actually. That's one of the things I am trying to do is not only get to Australia, but to get to South Korea. We have a number of instructors out there, and I would love to come and just experience it with them. I think it would be wonderful.
Something that people always ask about is traveling with the rollers, and it really does depend on which airline you book your travel. If you are flying in, I understand it's a little cumbersome to travel with the roller. However, most airlines just let you walk right in with it. And if you say, this is my therapy tool, they're like, oh, okay, right? It's kind of like a therapy dog, but you got your therapy roller, and they can put it right in the overhead bin in front of everybody's luggage, and you're just going to be the first one to get your thing out. Or they can put it in the front where they usually have space for people to hang their suit jackets. They can put it in that little compartment. Sometimes people put it in a carrying bag and check it. Sometimes people bend it a little bit and put it in their oversized checked suitcases. But remember, the reason we want to ship these tools to you a month before the event starts is so that you can start melting before you get to the event, so you kind of know what you're doing before you get there. We send you a curated list of pre-event essential videos that Sue goes through step by step how to use your kit and then how to use your roller, just so you're not completely brand new when you walk in the room.
Absolutely. Can you bring a yoga or a melt mat? You can absolutely. The hotel is literally brand spanking new.
And it's carpet.
It is
So
a
it's
carpeted floor. Yeah, so you don't necessarily need a mat. Like you could bring, like a bath towel if you wanted something behind your head. But if you want to bring your mat, I will bring my mat with me. But yeah, like I mean, that's actually how I travel with it is I take my melt roller. I'm traveling to Greece with it. I roll my mat around it and then it has a strap and I carry the strap with my yoga mat wrapped around it. Yeah. Yeah, good questions. I would also, Carrie, I want to share my screen on this one because I don't know if they know what Groove is, and Groove is unique. The way that you teach is so spectacular. So I'd love for you to talk a little bit about it.
Yeah, absolutely. This picture on the beach it was actually taken at a retreat I just led in North Carolina. And in the bottom left-hand corner of this photo is my mom dancing on the beach with me. And it was so super special. So anyway, for those of you that don't know what Groove is, it's a dance modality that kind of meets you where you're at. It's good for all fitness levels and also all dance abilities. You don't have to know how to dance. It's not very heavily choreographed. It's more about freedom of movement rather than rigid choreography. It encourages people to express themselves authentically while moving in sync with each other. So it kind of fosters such a fantastic bond and connection when you're on the dance floor. And we groove to music from all over the world. Old oldies but goodies, songs that you know, songs that you've never heard before. So I encourage people to sing along if they know the songs or just get lost in the rhythm if you don't. And groove can be silly, it's fun, it's interactive. At times it can be very spiritual and introspective. There's been many tears on the dance floor, lots of laughter on the dance floor, and it really is such a connecting practice. And it's one of my absolute favorite things to do, besides melt, of course. And really, after a groove experience, most people report just an elevated, lighter mood. So it just kind of goes hand in hand in hand with the sound healing and melt. And it's just going to be a delicious retreat. You're not going to want to miss this one.
Indeed. Lloyd, can you play the didgeridoo for a second? I know you have one there.
I sure.
I know it's probably not going to come out because you can't really replicate it through a computer, but look at how beautiful that is. Is that one of the newest ones?
Yes, this is one of the new ones. Listen
Beautiful.
to this. I think you can hear. Hold on a second. Put your fingers up if you hear the sound.
When Lloyd did the event, this after the second session, he had really played the gong a lot. And when I woke up in the morning, I'm not kidding, I had like tartar on my teeth, like a layer of it that I had never experienced before. I was like, what happened, Lloyd? He goes, it's just pulling all the toxins out of your gums. I was like, whoa.
That's
That's
right.
right. That's right.
So what other
Now, look,
questions? Does anyone have any questions? And I see
you-
Laura.
you-
I wonder if this retreat would be appropriate for a newbie to melt. Yeah, this is it. If you want to instill a self-care practice using melt, I'd show up. I don't care if you've melted for a decade or you're brand new. If you start melting 30 days before you get there and you kind of just get the gist of the language, the 4 R's protocol, the 5 elements of the living body model, and you start understanding what is the autopilot, what's body sense, because these are words I use melt vernacular when we teach. All you need to do is watch a few videos. And again, Carrie had pointed it out. I've created a collection of videos that really break down everything just for a retreat. Like, here's some of the things we're going to cover. And then again, we see what people need. And if there are super brand new people, and there's a number of you that were saying, hey, we've got 15 people who are super brand new, Carrie will take all the newbies and bring you into your own room so that there's less of you and you can break down the moves. And then if there's people who are super seasoned, I take them into one of the other rooms. We have 2 huge rooms that are linked through a wall. We can open it up or keep it closed. It's really catered to who shows up. And I guarantee that there's not going to be one newbie. There's never one newbie. There's always many
Well,
newbies.
I can already see the list. We have newbies and we have men. Yes, we do have men.
Exciting, thank God.
So bring your husbands.
And I think that's another thing. Like right now, I'm actually leaving on Monday. I'm doing my very first couples retreat for Melt. And it's 15
where are you
couples
doing that?
in Greece, in
Oh my God.
Amorgos, Greece. And it's a really intimate group. And I've never done one specifically for couples, but I can tell you that if you want to enhance your relationship with the person that you love, coming to a melt retreat is something that will help that link together. And even when I haven't done it for couples, the reaction that happens at the end where they're like, we just thought, I thought my husband would come and he'd like go read a book or something. And he came to everything. And he cried last night and talked about things that I didn't know about him. And how profound is that? And I was like, how long have you been married? She says 40 years. And so you don't know something about your partner after being with somebody for 40 years. That's pretty profound, and to find a vulnerability in the connections that you have with one another. I think that is something that we bring about, is trying to open up the heart center and the frequencies of our heart so that we can have better relationships, not just with other people, but with ourselves. And I think that we bring that to light in these types of events.
I would love to share something about the connection of couples. That's another thing about sound healing. And something that's very interesting about the didgeridoo. In Australia, they use the didgeridoo to reset the anodes of the heart. So when couples come and they sit in those vibrational frequencies, it will ground them together as well.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I remember Sue and Scott lying down. I remember, listen, what can I say?
Yeah, he was
Listen,
like a different thing. That my boyfriend had never gone to a melt retreat. He's done a little bit of melt with me, right? When we had first met, a little bit of melt here and there. I do work on him. And after that retreat, it was like a total human reset. I watched this guy completely change his mind about his state of being. I see him trying to work in a different way, having a different relationship with his daughter. I see him caring for himself in different ways. It's transformative when you really adopt a practice and you learn what self-care really is. And it isn't probably what most of us think. Self-care is an act of self-love. And this is what most of us need a little bit more of.
yeah, this is really, and I want to add something. I know that a lot of people have experienced sound, and there's lots of sound practitioners out there. But a lot of sound practitioners use frequencies that are kind of like, I call it elevator music. It's like when you get in the backdrop and you have the violin playing and it's very soft. But when you take primordial sounds and you have the right amplitude, it's like being washed from the inside out.
It's like a
Is
rebirthing.
it really is a rebirthing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing that you experience inside your mother's womb. As a matter of fact, people will experience that during the sound healing. And the cool part is once your body is relaxed, then your portals are open to be taught how to take care of yourself for the rest of your life. Sue, I'm honored to do this dance with you. Really, I am so freaking excited.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. And Laura, I see that you mentioned that you have scoliosis. Like Laura, again, we actually have a Melt for Scoliosis collection, and I will have half rollers here. And I would highly recommend that you maybe bring a travel roller and the half roller with you. You would be somebody who would benefit far more if you have a scoliotic pattern using those two tools rather than the full roller. So these would be other things that when you reach out, if you are interested in coming, these are things where you guys can send information to info@Melt Method and let them know what's going on. And our team will cater to you. If it's like, hey, I've got this issue, like, what do you think? They may send you different tools. So that's another option for you. Yeah, absolutely. This would be one to come with the person that you love, whether that's your husband or your
Absolutely.
wife. But who do you love the most besides your husbands and wives? Who's your best friend, your kid, your mom, your neighbor? Who is it that you want to connect with? This would be a place to do it. I'm telling you, this could transform everything about how you view aging and longevity and love and everything else. I'm telling you, I can't even explain how amazing live retreats are, but I always feel like I underpromise and overdeliver. But you can expect every morning having a session, every evening having a session, and in the afternoons, a bit of downtime, a bit of dance, and some breakout refinement sessions. That's pretty much what we do in each day. So you will have your fill of relaxation and connection, and perhaps you might want to connect with Lloyd to do a private therapy session. He's a fantastic body worker. I don't even want to call you a massage therapist because you have so many things in your toolbox that you use. Body work is quite unique. So you'd be in good hands with us for sure.
Yeah, it's pretty powerful to receive body work while being bathed in sound as well. It's
Indeed.
incredible. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So I have a feeling, I know Lloyd just said he's got at least a dozen people who are interested in registering, and we've got that $500 off discount right now, and I really think we're going to sell this out. So
Yes. I
Oh
wouldn't.
no, it's definitely
We're
going to be
we
sold out.
we're already half full. We're already half to capacity. So if
Yeah.
you're interested in coming, the deposit is 500, and you have this opportunity to have this discount, which I would take you up on that. And again, the suites are beautiful. The single rooms are also beautiful. There are a couple of rooms I think have two beds in them. There's a few of them that do. So if you want more information and we haven't given you enough yet, you can again always reach out to info@Melt Method. It's in, Marco put it in the chat, so you can reach out to us that way. Any closing thoughts that you want to tell them, Lloyd?
Well, for couples, I want you to think about the honeymoon you've never had. Because to think about this, imagine lying next to your loved one and all of a sudden both of you have gone back to your birth. And then you wake up, you see each other. It's like a new start in a state of relaxation. There's really no words for it. And to be honest, also, compared to the last one we did, I have several more didgeridoos that are even more delicious than the ones I had in Utah. So I'm so excited. I also have some new gongs, and so really, even the combination of how I'm playing the gong and the didgeridoo and the way I layer the sounds, it will be the first time heard in Naples. And I'm also working, what's interesting is I'm going into studio with a composer on Wednesday to develop sound scores for movies.
I
It's
love
happening.
that.
That's right. So I think, Stu, we have to develop something special just for Melt. What do you think?
mm-hmm.
I vote yes.
Yes,
I
indeed.
say
Yes,
yes. I
indeed.
think that would be
Yes,
wonderful.
indeed.
I love
Yes, indeed. Yes. Come and experience real sound the way it's supposed to be, received. It's pressure, it's loving, it will grip your heart and soften your soul. That's all I have to say.
I love that. Well, I hope that this gives you at least a little idea of what we're going to be doing. I think it's going to be amazing. I hope that some of you guys will attend. Again, if you have any other questions, you can reach out to info@Melt Method, or you can go to the Melt Method site and click on events, and you can read a little bit more about the space and what we're going to be doing there. Lloyd, as always, I love you, and thank you so much for doing this with me. I too could wait to dance and work with my new flute and a couple of my new wind instruments that I have. I'm practicing away with them. Carrie, thank you as always for just being a bright light and for bringing so much excellence to the brand of Melt. And I really appreciate you so much. So
I can't wait to groove.
I know it's going to be great. We're going to groove, we're going to melt, and we're going to vibrate ourselves to another ether. In the meantime, as I always say to everybody, anytime I have a captive audience, sip water frequently. If you want to keep yourselves hydrated, sip water frequently, eat water-filled foods. And right now, as soon as we hang up, I want you to pick up the phone and call somebody that you love and tell them why you love them. Because if we all do it at the same time, we're going to amplify the frequency of the whole universe. So do it with me. I hope that you'll take me up on that offer. Hang up and call somebody that you love. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks so much, guys.